It's episode 24 of season 11 of the Business Roundup, and next week we start season 12. We are glad to always have you as our viewer, and we commit to always keep you abreast with the top business stories from Uganda and beyond. I'm your host, Joram Paul Sonko. Let's check out the highlights. Multi-billion shillings Karuma hydropower plant finally commissioned after more than a decade of construction. Conservationists raise a red flag on the rapid poaching activities in Uganda's protected areas. NSSF declares an 11.5 interest rate for savers with a payout of 2 trillion Ugandan shillings. Lastly, we bring you a BRU exclusive with Roofings Group on matters of regional transport and logistics. Now sit back because it's time for business. In our first business report, after more than a decade of construction works, the Karuma hydropower plant is now operational. The 600 megawatts power station commissioned by President Yoweri Museveni was jointly financed by the Export-Import Bank of China and the government of Uganda. The milestone project cost approximately $1.7 billion. Dennis Go was there and he covered the report.
The Karuma hydroelectric power station stands as Uganda's largest power project to date with a generation capacity of 600 megawatts. Commissioned by President Yoweri Museveni, the power plant is expected to transform the energy landscape of Uganda by addressing power shortages and accelerating economic development across key sectors.
So we have moved now, but we are going to continue moving. We are not going to relax. Because this little electricity we have here now is going to support the factories. It will be very soon, because now the supply is like 500 megawatts, but very soon it will be overtaken. So that's why, where is Ayago Nankavirwa? We gave it to some people. What are they doing?
President Museveni's vision is echoed by the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Lupo, who emphasized the need for continued investment in energy infrastructure to meet the demands of Uganda's rapidly expanding economy.
It is a clear indication of the NRM government's strategic approach to uplifting every sector of society through provision of energy, a vital ingredient for national development.
According to the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, the commissioning of Karuma is not just about adding megawatts to the grid, but it's about ensuring electricity stability.
We are here to celebrate, really, and to make statements on what it means to have a 600 megawatt hydropower plant commissioned in Uganda. That means we are going to add on the power that we've been having. We will reach 2,000 megawatts. The journey has been long, but it's understandable. The underground dam is not that easy. The defect liability period has been extended and extended.
She, however, underscores the need for the government to continue investing heavily to cushion the country from load shedding and blackouts in the near future.
We need more money to reach everybody, and we need more power. If we are to see the standard gauge railway being facilitated with electricity, if we are to see all borders using electricity, all cars manufactured in Uganda or imported using electricity, we need much more power. That's why our energy generation strategy has a figure of 52,481 megawatts by 2040.
Karuma is a clean energy plant, and this underscores Uganda's commitment to sustainable development, says the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development.
By adding Karuma to the national grid, we see our clean energy electricity increasing to 93% of our energy mix. So that speaks again to greening, net zero commitment by the government of Uganda to ensure that we are achieving our nationally determined contributions as committed at COP28, but also under the UNFCCC protocols. So we are on track. What this also means is that we are now able to diversify our energy mix. We are going to now start bringing on board other alternative energy sources. We are looking to deploy our geothermal potential of 1,500 megawatts. We will deploy nuclear.
The project also reflects Uganda's deepening cooperation with China in infrastructure development, as highlighted by the Chinese ambassador to Uganda.
China will continue to be Uganda's reliable partners in realizing the Uganda Vision 2040. In recent years, under the strategic guidance and personal attention of Your Excellency President Museveni and China's President Xi Jinping, the brotherly relations between China and Uganda have reached new heights unmatched in history, bringing tangible results to our two nations and two peoples. I'm happy to say that today our bilateral relations are at the best time in history. Our fruitful and wide-range cooperation stands out in China-Africa cooperation.
Our Chinese friends brought more or less 85% of the funding from Exim Bank of China, and we put in our 15% from the Energy Fund, and that's how we have built this wonderful facility. So I'm very grateful to that man who called that one here, the Italian, but I'm also very happy with China, and also the company Sinohydro, because they are a serious company. So I will write to the President of China and thank him for his support.
With Karuma now operational, the country's power generation capacity has risen to 2,200 megawatts. The commissioning of the 600 megawatts Karuma hydropower plant is just a drop in the ocean in Uganda's quest to produce at least 52,000 megawatts of electricity by the year 2040. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business in Karuma.
Uganda Airlines has added 2 new routes on its map, marking 16 routes now served by the airline. The Lusaka, Zambia and Harare, Zimbabwe routes will be operated using the CRJ 900 aircrafts and are expected to eliminate lengthy layovers in neighboring hubs and reduce travel time between Uganda, Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Uganda Airlines has commenced commercial operations between Lusaka and Harare, marking its 16th route from its Entebbe hub. The airline will operate this new service in a triangular format. Upon arrival at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Zambia and Robert Mugabe International Airport in Zimbabwe, the CRJ 900 aircraft received a traditional water salute. This new service is expected to significantly reduce travel time and boost trade between the countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government of the Republic of Zambia, I want to sincerely appreciate the launching of Ugandan Airlines in the Zambian soil. To get to Uganda, it could take more than 24 hours before you launched, because you have to get into another country. Maybe you could go into South Africa, wait for 7 hours before you board the next to Uganda, or you can go into the UAE, then fly back from the UAE into Uganda. But now with the launch of this airline, I'm very confident that within 3 to 4 hours, I'll be enjoying myself in your city.
The launch of direct flights between Entebbe and Lusaka by Ugandans is one of the most transformative developments in fostering this bilateral trade and also strengthen our people-to-people exchange.
So please, the business people from Zambia, I will tell my people down there in Uganda.
It is imperative that we continue to promote collaboration, innovation, and long-term growth in the aviation sector. By working hand in hand, we have the power to enhance connectivity, boost tourism, and drive economic prosperity throughout our continent and beyond.
In addition to trade, tourism is another area of focus. Uganda believes that tourists visiting Victoria Falls in Zambia or Zimbabwe can enhance their experience by exploring the Pearl of Africa, just 2 hours away.
The travelers get fatigue going to one same place, same destination. So if you are here as a Zambian tour operator or hotelier, this is an opportunity for you to now package your destination. Basically, you can sell a holiday at just about $1,500.
With 16 routes now serving Africa and Asia, Uganda is confident that Entebbe is on track to become a regional aviation hub.
There is also a plan for the government shortly to be able to invest in other larger carriers for both cargo and passengers, so that the businesses between Uganda, the 16 destinations and beyond shall be able to grow and be able to contribute truly and practically into the equation of growing tourism trade between our countries and within the continent and the rest of the world with the Republic of Uganda.
Away from that, conservationists have raised the red flag on the rampant poaching activities at Murchison Falls National Park, a situation attributed to unemployment and poverty. During the Wildlife Ranger Challenge aimed at curbing the vice, it was discovered that hippos are the most targeted wildlife, leading to a 70% decline in their population. Check this out.
Over 10,000 tons of traps, including motorcycles and bicycles, are impounded from poachers at Murchison Falls National Park annually.
This wire snares here, it was big, up to the other side there. So what we did, because now there is nowhere you can put them. So they have to plant, we planted down here on the foundation more than 10,000.
This indicates that poaching driven by unemployment and poverty among poachers in the park is on the rise.
Once they kill a hippo, they can get much money than other small animals. And then hippo also, they move mostly at night near to the community. You can see we are staying near the communities.
Yeah, I mean, hippo is one kill, a lot of meat, not a profit. It's devastating for the country. You've got to remember that this is your country, not that one person's country. Your meaning all of you, across the whole country.
Conservationists say hippos are the most targeted wildlife, with their population declining by 70%, although it was refuted by Uganda Wildlife Authority.
This place used to have a lot of hippos here, but some of them were poached. Do you have the statistics of hippos that are lost in this park every year?
For now, yeah, 60–70%. You go to the hippo pool tomorrow where we finish the race. There's no hippo in the hippo pool.
This hippo pool we are talking about is not a zoo. The hippos move, okay? They range freely in the waters. But if you look at the vegetation around, there's no grass that the hippos will come to eat, because hippos are grazers. They don't eat these shrubs.
Uganda Conservation Foundation, supported by Tusk, recently held the Wildlife Ranger Challenge to mobilize funds for capacity building among rangers.
Some of the money which is fundraised through this exercise, the Ranger Challenge, they construct Ranger outposts. Like last year we had the Delta. The other time we had the Mopina. Part of the money from this exercise.
They may contribute money and I buy a new marine boat. Therefore, I'm increasing the marine